Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT, and we're back on for making another Total Drama library design on Gran Turismo Sports. Well, I guess that you guys have really enjoyed a wonderful time for Christmas, so looks like time for me to get back to start making it boards. So looks like today I'll be able to use the Honda X660 for the next Total Drama Revenge of the Island character contestant is Dawn. Well, Dawn is definitely a moon child. Was definitely label board, so she was definitely a mysterious nature lover who wants to use the prize money to help Mother Earth boards. She is able to communicate all kinds of animals, mutated or not, who take a strong liking to her. She is frequently seen meditating and reads in her tea leaves persistently every morning. She is also well known for having the ability to read people's auras. In fact, her first line in Total Drama Revenge of the Island is her telling B that he is exceptionally purplish green, but it suited him for it. Very kindly for it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to choose a different kind of a color, so this is definitely the good pick. Oh yeah, almost forgot that there's some definitely might be able to use for the special colors. We'll be able to get a fine suited color for it, so maybe let's just gonna go with the green color that might be able to have a nice coat for it. So looks like this is definitely gonna be able to give it in for fine good use, so maybe let's see. Just gonna have something to have a light bluish green for it, just gonna give it a little bit different type. And then there's definitely also has plenty of special colors that might be able to give it import, so maybe the candy metallic might be quite giving a good choice to be by pig for it. So this is definitely all good for now, because this is gonna be quite interesting to be able to get set up for it. Now looks like this is definitely able to put some windshield banner, and then also the racing number is gonna be putting up for it, so maybe this will be able to have an entry number to be placed on 11. Kind of say that this is definitely quite very good to have all kinds of small spaces for a Japanese K cardboards. So this will be able to make it in black, because whenever it depends to choose a different kind of method boards. So let's just gonna go and get started to make a tribal method to be able to get prepared for it. So looks like this is definitely able to have a recommend library design style board, so it will be able to have flourish and floral swirls that might be able to have a nice carrying kind boards. So this is definitely a good tribal pattern will be set up for it, because this is definitely going to be able to put with some light yellow, and then this is definitely all good for now. Now let's just gonna go and use one of the Total Drama character supports. Oh yeah, definitely in case I just adding up some different kinds of letter decals boards, so this is definitely for one of the TDOC artist boards. Now let's just go and pick Dawn, and then this will be able to get a little bit recommend space to see where it's gonna be. So maybe this will be able to put it right over here, so that will be a fine good space for it. Now looks like this is definitely giving a good choice to be able to put some fine decals to get set up for it, so this will be able to have Honda will be in a good start for it. Just putting up the H sim logo, and then this is going to be able to have something to put in for it. Okay, just probably putting on the car door, and this is might be very good. Now let's just gonna get her signature name on TD font style. Okay, there it is. Well, maybe this will be able to put it right over there, in case this is definitely going to be able to put this on the recommend type board. So kind of say that this is a plain small space for a K cardboard. Now looks like this is definitely good for having the other type, because everything's going on with license plate boards. Now let's just gonna go and have this on the white color, and then this will be able to make a TD logo. We'll be able to give it in for it. Okay, grab that Total Drama logo, and this time this is definitely going to be quite specifically choice to be able to putting in for it with a character name on it. That's better. But don't worry, this will be able to be updatable when it's definitely going to be put Revenge of the Island logo will be uploaded soon for it. Now it's just gonna put the next shape pattern and then putting on the usual. Well, I kinda think I might be able to do a regular library making segment because, well, in case you guys really enjoyed this speed making board, because that was definitely quite giving a good additional music we'll be giving in for it. Now, looks like the license plate's all placed and set up. Now, time to continuing on to make some fine decals for it. Now, maybe this will be able to have to use one of my fictional logos. We'll be able to give it in for it. Now, let's see. Something else to be nature for it. Well, I kind of guess that putting up the ECO charge boost will be able to give it in for it, because this is definitely quite giving a good method type for it. Well, I also had a different one, because this is definitely going to be putting right for it. Now let's just gonna wait for the other decals to be loaded up, and then this will be good. Now let's just gonna zoom in, and then this will have to place it in. Well, of course, definitely this is definitely a modern K car for it, because this is definitely giving one small vehicle or giving a one perfect amount weight balance to see it. Now looks like this will be able to go and choose the next logo to be able to set up for it. Now let's see, just gonna have something to quite giving a good useful for it. Okay, so maybe the Progress International might be the good spot to be able to put it in for it. So let's give it a one big naturing care placement. Now this will be able to have a recommended library design segment for it, so it has to be able to have eco-friendly logo. We'll be able to give it a little bit try for it. So maybe let's just gonna give the BP aftermarket decal. We'll be able to put it in as well. Okay, so let's see. Just gonna search on friend logos to be differently for it. Okay, so let's just gonna give a GoPro, and then let's gonna have to find a perfect spot to be placed for it. There you go. Now, maybe some fictional logos might need to give a little extra help for it. So, looks like this will be able to have something else to choose for the Voyage logo. We'll be able to have something very good use for it. Just gonna choose a different Voyage logo. Might be able to have something very good use for it. Okay, that might be good for better placement. Okay, so maybe let's just check something on the media logo. So maybe this will be able to have something for it. Autosport.web. Well, white color might be able to give a bright look for it. Now let's check, see if there's some other fictional logos that has to be nature care for it. Okay, so looks like getting a little bit closer for it. Well, I kind of think we've been having a most wonderful, enjoyable time for it since a few days since the holiday event going on for it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to get ready to go back for a little bit of usual, normal time for a regular segment to be able to get in for it. Well, can I say that the holidays was definitely quite getting a little bit enjoyed for it. So, this is definitely good time that you guys enjoy some good gifts for it. So, looks like this is going to be able to give something else to check on the aftermarket brands for it. Well, kind of forgot about the little bit tip for it. Now, looks like, let's see, so, looks like this might be able to give a little bit chance to have the white font style of the Mugen power for it. Good thing I still have it for it, so this will be able to give it in for it. So let's just load it up, and then this will be able to have something to be placed on for it. But how about right over here, right next to the GoPro logo, so this is definitely quite good. Now, good thing that this is definitely going to be able to put on with some 3 logos to be putting on, so looks like this will be able to get set to be putting on Deep to Art right there. And also the Teletoon and Cartoon Network will be able to go as well. So maybe this will be able to zoom in and then just get a good closer look. There you go. Now, this will be able to put it right over here, right next to the Honda logo. We'll be able to put it right there. Okay, so I'm just really gonna choose the YouTube logo. So let's just cancel out the decal and then... There you go. That's why I just need to be put it in for it. So, looks like this is gonna be able to have something for a better... hard time to find a good spot for it. So it's just gonna have to size up a little bit more. Just place it here. Then putting up the final touches is gonna be the GT Association logo. Now, possibility, because the hood is definitely included for it, so that might be able to give a little bit of heads up for it, because this might be my first time to start making this library with the K cardboard, so good thing that this is all set up, and then this will be able to carrying on for it. Okay, so Dawn makes her debut in the first episode of Total Drama Revenge of the Island, bigger, badder, brutaler with B. She immediately puts her powers on display by reading B's aura, telling him your aura is exceptionally purplish green, while smiling at him. B at first appears to be concerned, but Don quickly adds that suits him for it. Well, maybe you guys have already said that part for it earlier for it, so looks like this is gonna be able to get everything placed up, and then let's get to work and get all of it onto the right side. Well, kind of think that if you guys really like to do some speed making videos, so maybe this will be able to have an alternate video to be able to have an early quick start for it. But even so, that the preview showcase is definitely made some good cinematics by myself for it. So this is definitely quite getting a little bit of regular for it, in case if you really want me to have this to be on the speed making video for it. Just gonna have to do some more decals to be able to place on the right side, and then this will be able to continue on to do on the hood. Perfect. Just gonna get a little bit closer. Final pieces, and then the sides are done. Now time to do the hood. So this is definitely quite getting a little bit usual the way for it, because different cars might be able to come all shapes and sizes for it. Now looks like this is going to be able to do the next part to be able to make on the hood, because looks like this is going to be able to have something to be able to do a flourish pattern to be able to get set up for it. Now looks like I just definitely passed on the floral swirls for it. There you go. So this has got to be placed something around here. Well, maybe this is going to be able to put it right there, because this is got to be the right match. Well, probably there's some different kinds of floral patterns like this never been before for it, so maybe let's just kind of give some star sparkles. We'll be able to give it in for it. Well, kind of think that this is definitely calming environment for it, so let's give everything duplicate. Seems to be that doesn't turn out well for it. Maybe that's gonna have to get something passive and quite good nature-like for it, so kind of guess that making a library to have something with trees will be able to have a nice Mother Nature environment for it. So maybe let's just kind of take a good search to be able to go at it for it. But what about the tribal butterfly? That could be quite very kindly for it. Now let's just kind of make something quite very better to use with a nice pink color, so that will be giving the might be good for it. So let's just kind of make something green and giving a little bit nature-like for it. Well, hope this will be able to add some fine decals to be able to go in to put some tree logos on it. So looks like I have to scroll down again, just gonna find something. Well, probably the wings is definitely the good part. So this is definitely quite giving a nice taste of a greenish library. So looks like this is definitely a good spot to be able to put on. So I kind of guess that this will be able to give a nice placement to be on the Honda badge logo, because this is definitely quite very excellent. Well, it also depends that this will be able to make a nice variant type model board, so that will be quite good to see it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to have the next logo to be putting on, so this will be putting something for it. Just gonna give a little snap-on aftermarket logo and then giving in for it. And even of course the BP should be able to place it right here. So this is definitely quite giving the eco environment for it. Now definitely there's no customizable on top of the other for it, because it looks like definitely has a convertible type model for it. So this is definitely quite giving a little bit specific checks on any kinds of model sports. Now looks like this is gonna be able to do the front. So looks like let's just gonna have two BP logos. We'll be able to place it on the front. So this is gonna have to give a nice good closer look to be able to have something for a nice friendly vehicle environment vehicle. We'll be able to give it in for a hybrid type for it. Well, definitely it is a standard vehicle without the, well, kind of guess that this will be able to take a good spec models about the Honda S660, because this is definitely a 2015 model, only a couple short years for it. Now let's see, gonna have to putting up some fandom logo. We'll be able to go and place it on the other side for it. So can I say that this is definitely a good logo? We'll be able to give a little bit more support. Just gonna go and grab the Total Drama logo with a white font style. We'll be able to get it in for it. Just size it down, and then this is gonna be able to place it on the reverse. Okay, so front's done. Now time to the rear. So looks like this is gonna be able to get something else to add one logo to be able to putting in on the front rear board. So time to go on the ECO charge boost. Will be able to go for it. So maybe this is going to be able to have something to place it right here to be quite giving the efficient for a nature care for it. So almost forgot to have that floral swirls to be able to place it in for it. this time from the same large mutant beetle. Don managed to figure out that the beetle is actually the mother to the little beetle that Lightning choked on earlier. I kinda guessed that she was looking for someone for it. Guess that the giant beetle looked for their little baby for it. So good thing that this is a nice, charming agreement to be able to have something for a little friend for it. So looks like it's time to get ready to putting up with the design name for it. So looks like this is gonna be all set up. So this is definitely putting up on one of the total drama Revenge of the Island Contestant is going to be able to putting on with some fine library designs for it. Well, I kind of guess giving a little bit of patient time for it because this might be able to get ready to go for it. And also the second part of the challenge, Don partners with Scott in Capture the Flag challenge and is able to detect which snowballs are dangerous and which ones are safe to use. After the snowball explodes on Scott, Don reads his aura and tells Scott that he was not held enough as a child for it, which bewilders Scott while helping Scott. Don also waves to the beetle, who waves back to her, implying that she befriended. During Scott's agenda to oust B, he tells Don that B, well, doesn't like nature in order to get both for it. Kinda guess that nature is the friendly, calming environment to all the wild, friendly animals for it. Unbeknownst to Dawn, she steals her own fate in the episode by leaving a bad permission on Scott. She does this when she reveals that she knows that he was not held enough as a child, but Scott uses the confessional cam, shivering and frightening. Then once again, she mistakes him for being a beetle whisperer. Scott even states that in the confessional, well, I guess they said that for it. In the Finders Creepers episode, Dawn is seen once again in the toxic rat's cabin. She is the only contestant awake as the other girls slept. She meditates when the butterfly flies through the window and warns her about the evil dark presence that is lurking among them. Well, I kinda guess that was a nice warning message to that butterfly to be able to warn Dawn about a dark presence for it. So during the challenge, Lightning managed to claim the bird's clue and tells Dawn to read it. She reads the clue aloud to her team, revealing that the bird's souvenir is hidden inside a knot hole in the tree, guarded by a pest. Dawn is the first contestant captured by the giant spider. Her team discovers her absence when Sam asks her to read out the middle part of the clue again. So, looks like this is going to be able to get ready to do an ordinary custom race, so I kind of guess that this is going to be able to have an M100 race to get ready. So, for this challenge to be able to get ready, so I kind of guess that there will be having some kind of a nature to be able to get in for it. So, maybe how about racing on Autodromo National Monza? That has a lot of good trees for it, giving it a nice calming environment. Well, it is also an Italian Grand Prix track because we just definitely race it for it. So let's just going to pick a Honda brand, and then there's the silver and red logo. Just gonna have to choose the green color, so this is gonna be able to get ready for it. Okay, continuing on for the Total Drama character info. In Backstabbers Ahoy, Dawn is seen by the campfire pit. She is collecting firewood and putting it into a trash bag when Brick comes over to assist her. She tells him that he does not have to help her just because he was teased as a child. Brick nervously asks Dawn how she knew about him, and Dawn tells him that it is right there in his aura, along with his bladder control issues and his needed to be dominated. Later, when Zoe feels upset about Mike appearing to like Anne Maria, well, giving a nice helping advice to make make Zoe feel better for it. So Zoe draws a broken heart in the sand with a stick. She comforts Zoe by telling her that Mike does indeed love Zoe, or at least Mike's part of him does. She mysteriously disappears when Zoe questions the statement before Dawn can explain her words. Frightening Zoe? After Lightning loses consciousness due to a seagull attack, Dawn takes charge of her team to get them back into the game. She appoints Sam as the driver and uses Lightning as a new jet ski. She rides Lightning as a jet ski with Brick. She pledged Scott not to fire anyone. Defenseless. Mutant seagulls. Scott accepts Dawn's plea but shoots one of them anyway. In her efforts to fling her team back in the lead and spot the last mine. Well, kind of think that Chris really loves some explosion sports. So, looks like this is going to be able to get ready to go. So, maybe this will be able to have a 3-lap race. So, this is going to be able to extend some more runs for it. Just going to do some grid start and then, well, I know, this is going to be able to have a little bit multitasking for it because this might be able to get ready for an N100 race for it. So, let's get ready to race and then this is going to be able to get in for it to get ready to go. So, definitely, Dawn was definitely eliminated, was been placed in 11th place. So, looks like this is definitely going to be able to be prepared to have this for a nice calming nature race to be able to get ready. So, looks like this is going to be able to go for it. Now, looks like it's time to get ready to race. So, good thing everything has to be set up. Other options might be needed, and then looks like this is all good. Now, let's just gonna give this for a nice race for Mother Earth, and then this will be able to get started. Alright, here we go. S660, TD Livery Dawn is on the run in. Okay, looks like the Fiat 500 and the Volkswagen Semibus and the Bug is definitely taking on the last start for it. Okay, so looks like this is definitely giving the new challenges for the M100 race. So here we go, and let's give it for a nice old-fashioned race to get it in for it. And looks like the Mini Cooper 1960s is definitely going in for it because hope might be able to give that old Mini Cooper to be able to have some spare horsepower for it. Well, luckily, any kinds of specific cars can also, well, it only just for any motor vehicle that also has any kinds of specific types of drivetrain models. It is definitely like having people's aura, but definitely also has different kinds of capabilities for driving skills for it. So, looks like this is going to be able to get it in for it, because this is going to be able to have a one easy 3-lap race to be on the full course. Okay, so I think it's been hit by an invisible wall coming from behind. Just gonna be on the lookout. Alright, just gonna keep a little bit more closer to overtake the Honda Beat. Beats me that I'm definitely gonna be able to keep a little bit more chances to be able to drive better for it. Well, it's a good thing that other GT players can also race with any M100 car to be able to give a little bit easy start for it. So there's another S660. I think that same kind of a spec aura might be able to give it in for better use. Well, looks like a good thing that having a nice livery race to be able to go in, and a good thing that might be able to have some nice coming trees for it. So I kind of think that maybe I should probably have to wait until V4's Raceway will be coming up very soon. Well, that was definitely one of the most original tracks in Gran Turismo was becoming the holy grail to be able to be in GT Sport. So this is going to be able to get it in for it because you're saying that different kinds of environment tracks to be able to have some nice trees for it. But nice trees, so the bird really wants to fly it over and land it on one of the tree branches to take a good look to be at the spectators. Well, I guess that they just want to be able to have a nice peaceful life in nature. So here we go, taking on the last turn, and then goes in on the next lap to be able to show on the fastest time for it. Looks like there's another on the beat, might be able to go on for it, so hold on, I guess that's the Monster Roadster, because good thing is definitely giving a little bit, recognize the car for it, and this is going to be giving a good surprise for it. Gonna have to keep pushing up this light car to be able to go at it. So looks like this is definitely good for understeer FF car, might be able to go a little bit easier to be able to get it in for it. Now, looks like giving a little bit perfect time because the Suzuki Switchport and the A500 is definitely continuous on all around. So looks like joining in on the FF crew will be able to have some fine driving capable auras will be able to get in for it. What's that? Oh yeah. I kind of think that this is definitely giving them perfect time to be able to give a little bit more push on it. So just kind of to be able to have a positive race, to be able to give a little bit clean race for the segment for it. So using this with a good TD livery with a nice green color, so this is going to be able to get a little bit excellent to see for it. Well, I kind of think John is a good soul drama character who has good capable of meditating and listening to the aura for it, and loving animals for it, and also nature as well. We think that the trees are definitely enjoying seeing this because it is definitely part of a friendly environment for it. So looks like coming in closer as I'm on fourth. Now this will be able to get a little bit more extra draft on the Monster Roadster. Hope this Japanese K car is definitely going to keep it up and have some a little bit more standard horsepower to be able to push this pace up for it. Now, luckily, can't believe it that it's going to be able to have a 15-second gap, might be able to go in for it. So, looks like this is going to be able to have a little bit easier interest challenge for it. Reached up to first place with using the Honda S260, might be getting comically well for a good challenge for it because giving a little bit of taste of Mother Nature to be able to give some guidance to be able to help out for it. Mother Earth, I hope you really want to take a good look at this Toll Drama Library. Have some nice caring to be able to get some good motivation to be able to win this race for the competition of the FIA. So, looks like going in and giving a little bit better chance to push hard, and then I hope this is going to be able to give some nature blessing to be able to have that car to be able to give a little bit chance to push forward. Final lap, here we go, and this is going to be able to work out for it. The Trailblazer might be coming in for it. Just kind of keep an eye out for the blue flag, might be coming closer for it, because this is definitely going to be able to have 1 lap plus from last place drivers. Okay, second chicane comes up, and what comes in? I hope this is going to be able to have some fine capable driving skills to be able to race for nature. Now, looks like it's going to be able to have a little bit less braking turn to go in. Hope this is going to have to take a little bit better chances to keep up this race to be able to go hard at it. Okay, the Classic's been overtaken by a Mother Nature Library, and then, oh man, looks like this is going to be coming closer in second place. This is going to be easy. This looks very easy to be able to come closer for it. It looks like one of the 3 slowest cars might be coming in for it, so... Okay, looks like the classic Alpine might be really wants to come back for it. Because this is going to be able to get one perfect chance, and there's the blue flag, folks. Perfect time to be able to come closer. Pass on that Fiat 500F, and then this is going to be closer to go in. Blue light is definitely giving them one check for it. Okay, almost there. Just going to give a little bit more push on it, because 4-second gap might be able to come closer in for it. Okay, there's another Alpine 1600S Classic is definitely going in, and oh man, looks like it's going to be almost there to reach the checker flag. The Classic is going to be able to reach first place, and then the Total Drama Livery Song came second. Looks like Mother Nature seems to be having a real good job for this race, and then this is going to be able to have a little bit proof for it. So, looks like here the Nature's calls, and then having a nice race to be able to go clean for it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to get in for it. So let's tally up the race results. So, looks like standard earnings might be very good, okay for it. So, looks like this is going to be able to find some good work on the daily workout distance on 10.6. So let's go and give a little bit stacked up. So, looks like this is definitely a good race for it. So let's just gonna go and pick the next track. So this is gonna be able to have better for it. Now, speaking of nature, so this will be able to have something to pick a track with some nice tree backgrounds for it. So this will be able to go and race on Alsedge Village to be able to be on reverse. So this is gonna be able to give a perfect afternoon time to be able to have a nice clear weather for it, because good thing that this is a nice calming environment, because all the wildlife critters really want to come here to be as the spectators to be able to take a good look at the nice viewboard of the lake. So I kind of think that this is definitely a nature-like variant type design, so good thing I made it with the original design. So this is going to be able to keep the spirit of Mother Nature to be able to race with. Now, let's go to take on race number 2, and then let's go for another 3-lap challenge, because I'm really good to go for it. So, looks like this will be able to have the TCS 0 to be turned off, and then this will be able to have the slow cars to be on the lookout for it. Okay, so let the slow cars to do the last part, and then let the standard slow fast cars will be going in for it. So here we go, and then let's keep it a little bit nice and easy for it. Hope this is going to be able to have a nice clean race for it, because that's what the wildlife critter really needs it for, a nice calming race. Now it's just going to give this for a wide path open. Okay, 13-second gap might be coming in for a little bit increasing in. So it's going to get a little bit more horsepower to push upwards. Better to get that good capable understeering to be able to have this for a possibility help. Looking for the Alpine might be coming in first. So it looks like this is going to be able to have a little bit hard challenge to be able to push at it for it. So luckily, maybe this will be able to have it upgradable for a little bit. So this is going to be able to do another second attempt run to be able to keep it up for it. So this will be able to do some more paces for it. Oh yeah, I do think so. Right, I'll make sure I'll be able to do my best. Oh yeah, one little thing, because the little birdie just call on me, and then it also might need to have a little bit more horsepower to give a little bit more adjust. So this is definitely going to be able to get some more driving improvements for an M100 car for it. So this is going to be able to have a little bit of race until I probably have to take a good look on the M100 race events going on the lobby. So looks like they already made it in on the second lap, because this is going to be able to go a little bit closer in. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit uneasy for it. Just going to have to get a little bit more paces to catch up. Second lap goes on the halfway there, because this might be able to get some more runs for it. Okay, so we're going to take a little double check on the damage mark on the front. So looks like this is going to be able to get a little bit difficult to be able to have a nice clean race for it. Okay, so looks like the little birdie said that it might be able to catch up for it, because it might need to have more juice to be able to race hard for it. Well, don't worry. Just differently if I just have a bird head. So it'll be able to chirp and say something for it, because that'll be able to give it in for it. Now, looks like currently in 5th place, and then this is going to be able to carry on for having a nice slow race. Because I hope that this is going to be able to give a little bit more extended time for a daily workout finish for it. So this will be able to get a little bit more pace hard for it, because every slow car can also do some more work to be able to race up against any M100 car, because this is going to be able to have a one easy start for beginners. Now, looks like this is going to be able to climb forward to reach into the top 2. So I hope the 2 Alpines are definitely going in for it. Now, looks like I'm on 12-second gap away, because I hope that the other slow cars are definitely going to be coming in by the usual. So I hope that this is going to be able to get it in for it. So take that inside turn for doing a little bit intake apex on it. Okay, 10 seconds going back on it, so don't want to get add by 1 second. Okay, do a little bit more apex turn. We'll be going in for having a little helpful dip. Okay, giving a little bit more slide turn, and then watch the turns, and then gonna do a little bit right. Okay, so still going on 4th here. Well, maybe you might be able to take a good look for a quick tune-up right after this. So looks like it's going to be able to get a little bit closer, and then the final lap is going to be nearly there, folks. Just one step forward to be able to go right straight in, and then give a little bit better chances to be able to keep it up, and then keep it going smoothly good. There's the first Alpine Classic. Now looks like the other one is currently in 1st place. So it looks like this is going to be able to do a final lap of this race, because let's do it for Mother Nature, folks. Because this is going to be able to go racing green, and then giving a little bit more animals to be able to cheer this livery to win. Now, looks like it might be able to have some strong horsepower to be able to work up on the hill climb. Better take a good closer example look on the Alpines, just definitely giving a little bit more speed to catch up. Now, looks like this is going to be able to do a little bit more trick, just like a roller coaster. So, looks like this is going to be able to get a good closer look, switch onto the interior view to be able to get it in for it. Okay, watch it, because understeer cars might be going on a drift. Well, it's also possible to be able to give a little drift, might be able to help. Now, looks like this is going to be on a 5-second gap roll time for it, because still trying to get a little bit close forward to overtake the second place Alpine, and then goes forward to the seeding in to make its way to first place. Alright, going in. Well, looks like still getting a little bit of a rough challenge for it. Okay, sorry about that grass. Alright, so looks like almost there to be able to reach the imports, and looks like the Fiat 500 Classic is definitely going in on the last place. Blue flag. Hope this is going to be able the right time to call it imports, because this is going to be able to get a little bit best chance to go for it. Now, looks like this is going to be able to go in, and looks like gap distance is coming a little bit slightly increased. Going to give a little bit perfect chance to be able to go at it. Okay, give it a little bit more handling effect, might be able to come closer. So, looks like 61 miles is definitely coming closer, and then there's the Alpine again, because this is going to be able to come closer. Almost there. Okay, so looks like this is going to be closer, and oh man, looks like the Alpine really wants to come for first place. So close, so far, because it looks like this is going to be able to do some more runs, be able to have some efficient performance. Now, looks like second place might be going in for it. So, looks like this might be able to have a little bit technical challenging course for it. So, this will be able to work hard to be able to go a little bit better next time for it. So, looks like this is going to be able to have the third final round for it. So, let's get ready for it. So, luckily, the clean race bonus is definitely quite giving a good success for it. So, looks like 3 laps on the outstage village could also give a total amount of 10. That's definitely a perfect time. So, this will be able to give it in. And then, this will be able to get ready to do the final stage for this race, and then because this is going to be able to do the last round for this course. Alright, so looks like this is going to be able to do one more race. So looks like this is going to be able to have a nice calming race to be at Kyoto Driving Park Yamaguita. And then this is definitely a good choice to be able to have a Japanese K-Gar with a total drama library. Will be able to get everything set up to do one last stage, and then daily workout is going to be finishing up to be good to go. So looks like I might be able to take a little bit break for only a few minutes for it. So looks like I might be able to add another one. So this will be able to do it quick, because looks like this is going to be able to have an over an hour clip, because this is going to be able to get ready for it. So looks like this is going to be able to have some fine upgrades for it. So the maximum horsepower is definitely giving the usual to be able to go and give this for a little recommend balance of performance for it. So can I say that this is going to be able to give one little big message for the birdie, because it just wants it to have a little recommend to be able to give it a go. So let's see if this is going to be able to take one last chance for this race, and then 3 laps is going to be quite challenging, and then, well, good thing giving a little bit of solemn technique will be able to give a little bit helpful for it. Now, looks like this is it. So let's give it all I got, and then this is going to be able to have one fine first place to be able to race for Mother Nature. Because good thing that this is going to be able to have a balanced performance to be recommend to be given as well to use it for a helping hand for it. So looks like this is going to be able to come closer. It's going to keep this balance to be maintained stability for it, because good thing that this is going to be able to maximize effort to be able to come closer. And then this is going to be able to get a little bit easier to be able to max out for it. So the first 2 rounds might be able to give us a little bit slow start to be able to drive faster to be as possible for it. Then the third round to be able to get ready for the final test to be able to use for the maximum balance of performance will be able to get the perfect set to be able to race hard against any strong M100 car vehicles will be able to go for it. So I kind of guess that this is definitely a test. So this will be able to try out to see if this is going to be able to get a little bit taste the strong, take it in, and then this will be able to race along with the other N-class players with a range of about 100 horsepower will be able to get it in for it, because this is going to be able to get pretty much efficient to be able to get a little bit improvement. Now, looks like it's going to be able to draw closer. 6-second gap might be able to come closer for it, because it's going to have to get a little bit perfect efficient to be able to drive faster for it. Now, let's just going to give a little bit more better penalty push, and then taking in on the top 3 to be able to come closer. But I hope this is definitely giving the different opponents will be able to get in for it. So, taking on that Warrior SFR combat car will be getting in for it. So, let's just kind of take a little drop and then goes in onto the next lap on the second lap. So, this is definitely going to be a little bit easy to be able to get it in for it. Because taking a stroll in the park means having a lot of good trees to be able to take a good closer look on it. Now, let's just kind of get in on the inside of the apex. We'll be able to get a little bit intake on it. Pass on that Mazda Roadster. We'll be going on the uphill hill. Good. Now, looks like only had to take 3-second gap. Might be able to come closer. Because looks like this is going to be able to give a little bit extended daily workout finish for after taking 3 rounds for it. Now, looks like perfect time to do a little bit more slight corners to go in, and there's the Alpine 1500 Classic going right in on the first. Because this is going to be able to be remarkable for S660 with a balance of performance. We'll be giving a recommend use for it. So this is definitely going to be able to have a strong understeering capabilities we'll be getting in for. Now, looks like this is definitely very calming and efficient. Just going, has to take a little bit more turns to be able to go straight at it. Okay, so it looks like the Alpine really wants the challenge. So, looks like this is going to be able to have a one-on-one strong car challenge for the N100 category division. We'll be getting in for it. So I hope Mother Earth is really watching this, because having a one race will be able to go green and go clean for Mother Nature environment. To be able to keep calm and race on for it. Okay, excellent. To stay on the apex as much as possible, and then proceed forward to the final lap. So looks like this will be able to give a little check on the radar to see how the track force to be able to give a little bit consistent check, and then this will be good. And it looks like there's the Alpine comes back for more for it. Just kind of keep a better closer eye out for it. It's like the classic overtake, and then comes back on first. Very closer on the first turn. Good thing that the wide open turn is on the left. Kind of say that the Alpine 1600S has a good strong aura capable of handling efficient performance for a driver, because this is going to be able to get a little bit more handling to be able to keep this improving for it. Going in on the next checkpoint, just keep going downhill, and then looks like last place driver is still currently on the slow. Just going to keep his heads out for it. Okay, so looks like this is definitely going to be good for a Japanese K car. We'll be able to give a little bit, adding up for the balance of performance we recommend for you. So this is definitely going to give a little bit more chance to strong up against the M100 cars. We'll be able to go to have a little bit maxed out horsepower. We'll be getting in to add 100 horsepower range. We'll be getting in, and then goes a little bit more efficient. So it looks like there's the Fiat 500, just going to give a little bit more chance to take a little pass. pass, then blue light comes in for it. First place driver will proceed to pass the last place driver, who will be going forward to it. Okay, so the Alpine is still going at it. Now, looks like entering on the blue line corner to be able to let the last place drivers to be proceed forward and continuing on for the race. And there's the Samba bus, definitely coming in, followed by the blue flag, will be marked waving in for it to be able to let the 19th place drivers to be proceed forward. Looks like this is definitely quite easy going N100 race to be able to keep it up, and then going forward to be able to take the final stretch to take the checkered flag. And looks like the Moonchild Livery takes the first place win. That was a fine, well done for Mother Nature, because this is the perfect livery that every woodland critters really want to take a good look for it, because it was a nice makeover livery design for it. So that was a pretty good race for the A110. So this is a pretty good one for it, because I kind of say that that was a nice calming race to be very efficient. So looks like the clean race bonus is definitely coming in, and looks like 9.1 miles. Great workout finish. For every N100 race to be able to use the S660 will be used for the balance of performance, because this is going to be able to have some more hard work to get a little bit more horsepower adjustment to get it in for. So, looks like it's time for a gift card for today, because I hope this is definitely giving one big surprise to see it. The Renault Sport Mécanique Group 4. So close to get the Chevrolet Chaparral 2X Vision GT, so looks like this is definitely going to be good for use. So, something big going on the mileage exchange, because looks like one big surprise we'll have to find out. And looks like yellow and green for this week, and looks like it's all available to buy by sale. So looks like all the chrome styles is now available by 1,000 mileage points by discount. So looks like this is all checked out to be on the blue mark board. So looks like G7 Chrome is definitely the first one to be able to buy for today. So looks like this is all good for now, and this is definitely quite giving an excellent for it. So looks like that's definitely number 3 of Total Drama Revenge of the Island library design is done, the Moonchild, and the Aura Whisper. So looks like this is a pretty good K-car library, so this is definitely a good design for it. But luckily, this is definitely quite giving a good impressive or a nice Japanese K-car to give it a little bit more handling efficient to be able to race out with N100 car sports. So this will be very good to have the nice car settings will be giving by a nice recommend for it. So looks like the X660 really likes that library because it has a good aura handling driving condition on it, because this is going to be a good Total Drama fan art library for it. So well, I'll have to find out to choose the next Total Drama library on Revenge of the Island contestants. So looks like this will be able to find out soon for it. So this will be able to go for the next pick for it. Well folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race, and I hope you like this library. So thank you for watching. So before at the end of the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and also the links on the description below if you really want to see more. Well, thanks for watching for this race, and I'll see you guys next time on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.